6:21 a.m. I think it's the 26th of August. Last night, a man in a 1990s older model, kind of dinged up, still runs. You have to, I think he was repairing it in the parking lot of Legion. Anyways, the type of car that if you know mechanics, you can repair it, runs, it works. I like cars like that. Older 1990s, 2000, kind of older, right? Where they have scratches. They're rough and tough cars. It's a rock and roll car. It means something to me, but not all people who have these cars are good. You could be, on a road trip listening to your rock and roll, going to some cool place in the desert or something, right? Or you can be a full-on fucking white nationalist in the same car, okay? Remember how I said that in the punk scene, the skinheads will invade the shows, or they'll have their own show, their own rock show, punk rock show night, and you don't go, you don't fucking show up, okay? So that's what I mean. There's some things that are similar with punk, or with biker, or with rock and roll, and then you have your Nazi bikers, you have your Nazi heavy metal, you do. And you have your Nazi punks. The Nazi punks have taken fucking over. It's true, but that was predicted. I remember that was discussed since I was 13, and it started to actually manifest. But it was actually predicted. So that's political, yeah, which is the whole core point of anti-fascist, anarchist punk rock music, which I never play, but I will, okay? If I need to prove how punk I am, I will. I don't want to get into this with a seagull infestation plugging my ears. So last night, this man, full-on white nationalist, not a big high one in the pecking order, but knows them, was blasting Ted Nugent. So I've never played Ted Nugent. You'll never see Ted Nugent or a few of these sorts of old rock songs, old rock, classic rock. Never. That is their anthem. That is their show, their punk show. You will never see that. Or Lynyrd Skynyrd. There's another one. Look through the last 10 years and see if I ever fucking did that. If I did it, it was once, and it was probably for counterterrorism. Lynyrd Skynyrd and Ted Nugent are their rock shows. You'll find every last Confederate flag waving fucking Nazi at these shows, or listening to that kind of music, hanging out in their car. It's something I grew up knowing that. If you hear the song, right, you like some Ted Nugent. He was big star, so he made the Billboard hits, top 20 hits. He made money. He made big rock tour off his big hits, right, that he play. But he bring every last Nazi into his fucking rock show. So this man was there last night, blasting Ted Nugent, who I've ID'd with the manager, and the people there are really evil at Legion, every single one of them. So it's a bad scene there. And when someone's outside of a Sturgis biker rally like that, that's in the business of murder, hit jobs, give me money, I'll do anything to anyone. What else? I mean, this is beyond, this is under, this is not including, I have my ear plugged and we have a schizo with a camera. I know, we're filming her. This is, I'll get into what they do with their cameras. I'm fucking burnt, okay? Having to get distracted every goddamn 2 seconds as soon as I come to the beach. So my point here is, if you got, let's say, let's remove all the combat that we're in here and remove the military perspective. We're just talking regular American criminal class, criminal, felony, violent, thug, life sentence, prison life sentence class. A lot of these Aryan Nation motherfuckers get life sentences. They fucking know it. They're violent fucking psychopaths is why. So they do terrible shit to women. When I say white Aryan Nation, when I say that, they're up there with the Muslim terrorists. They are just brutally murder women and do terrible things. Harley Davidson ones, not Harley. Harley's okay, but I mean the Hells Angels, some of these bikers, neo-Nazis from hell, they just kill women brutally. I bring up that because if you can do that, you can do that to kids. You can just kill anyone. You got some serious antisocial, incredibly violent. You just need the electric chair, dude. I'm all for that. But I'm not trying to make jokes about this. This shit's really serious. There's a house full of them in the Legion, okay? Their ambition is to become just like these dudes I'm talking about that are sitting in prison right now that should just get the electric chair, okay, in the Aryan Nation. So one of these Aryan Nation guys comes up. I've seen him before. He's there every now and then. He's just blasting Ted Nugent he's parked right by the front door. He's blasting Ted Nugent right into the front doors because he's mad at them, okay? It's biker Aryan Nation gang talk. It's a signal that they're in deep caca, and that people are very, very, very mad, and all this threats and stuff. And you should have seen how bugged out everyone was. They looked like scared little deers. So, all right, I'm finally allowed to even go online. It's really bad. It's super fucking bad. But then you have people like this. I'm not going to get distracted with this shit constantly on this beach, okay? I need to stick to my fucking point at hand, or I'm going to just have a complete meltdown with the endless combat here. Always having to discuss it. So the biker gangs are blasting Ted Nugent at the Sturgis Biker Rally Legion Homeless Shelter from their car. They're blasting Ted Nugent. It's to be noted, dude. It's definitely a signal. So what he's so big, mad, and scary about, and he is. These people are to be, definitely take note if they're sitting outside of your house or your biker bar blasting Ted Nugent from their car. No, seriously, actually take note of it. What they're mad about, we'll go back to the combat because we have to. That's the prefix here. The electronic weapons that they're using in there, that they have an arsenal of in there, has become a massive problem for them. So far, they're all sitting in there. Okay, we'll get into the details of that. But it is not a cakewalk. It is not free and easy fun and games, good times and rock and roll for this Aryan Nation and these ones that were Jack and Jill having a good time with them. As of last night, this higher ranks Aryan Nation type of crowd, biker crowd, Nazi biker, there's different bikers than that, are really starting to feel pain. And it's just going to get worse and worse. So they go down to these cockroaches and blast Ted Nugent out of vengeance, and it says there's more. When he does that, when he's blasting his Ted Nugent, he says there's vengeance coming for you cockroaches. They had another fucking hit job on me last night, and they're just getting so obvious about it, but I don't want to shout with speedboats, birds, and psychopaths on the beach. I'm just burnt, okay? It's endless hit jobs in there. And then this other biker coming and blasting Ted Nugent because he's trying to say fucking knock the shit off. All right? But you can see they don't, okay? They don't. They're not going to stop in Port Townsend. The military has to do it, okay? Because you can see this woman. I'll explain her later, man, if you don't kind of connect dots. They're just not. And I said that last night. Well, absolutely not. Stop. They're going to have military force fucking used here, with no doubt. Because the shit they're doing is combat, especially with their phones. Even her, but I'm tired of explaining it all, because you don't get a break. It's every few fucking seconds, every few fucking minutes, one of them comes scampering up, and I can't do that, dude. There's no way. Do you hear these birds? Do you hear this fucking shit? Okay, so that alone, all right? Bye.